right, so here we have two parallel lines, 3 questions. So question 1 is giving us the measure of angle 1 and angle 2, and they want us to solve for x. So we need to use the relationship between angle 1 and 2 to figure out an equation that we can set up and solve for x. So here is angle 1, and here is angle 2. Notice that angle 1 and angle 2 together form a straight line. So that means that together, this whole distance, angle 1 plus angle 2, is 180 degrees. So that would be our equation. And then you solve this. So you want to combine any like terms, like this 6x and the 4x, and then minus 65 plus 15 would be minus 50. And then solve for x. So that is the answer to question A. Then once you figure out what x equals, then you're going to use that to give the measure for angle 1 and angle 2. So question B is asking what is the measure for angle 1. Question C is asking what is the measure for angle 2. So let's say x equaled 10, which it doesn't, but just for example, let's say you solved it and you found out x equals 10. You would take that and substitute this in. It would be 6 times 10 minus 65. And see what that is. That would be the measure of angle 1. And then the same for part C. Whatever you found out angle or x equals, you would substitute that into this for x. 4 times 10 plus 15. That would be the measure for angle 2, the answer in part C. Again, x doesn't equal 10. You need to solve part A to figure out what x equals. I was just showing you an example. Whatever you found out x equals in part A, substitute them in here to find the answer for the measure of angle 1, and here to find the answer for the measure of angle 2. Now, the last part is to describe angles that are congruent to 1. So angles that are congruent. Angle 1 is right here. The angle that is congruent is in the same spot down below. So if we look here, notice angle 5 and angle 1 are in the same spot. They are both above the parallel lines, and they are both to the left of this line B. They're in the same spot. So those are called corresponding angles, and corresponding angles are congruent. Another angle that is congruent to 1 is angle 4. Angle 1 and angle 4 are what we call vertical angles. When you have two lines that intersect each other, the angles across from one another are the same measure. So angle 1 and 4 are congruent. So why don't you try part C? Do that same thing for angle 2. What is the corresponding angle to angle 2? Which one is in the same spot? Which one is also above the parallel line and to the right of this red line? And then look at angle 2 and think, what is the angle that is the vertical angle that is congruent to angle 2? The one that is across from it.